right hamstring injury. How much of that is that a caution, or are you looking at something deeper than that?
Yeah, it's pretty much caution. He just felt a little tightness, so we're going to be extra careful and have him back there getting some treatment. And we have 2 days off between this game and our next, so we'll see how it goes. But it's hard for those guys, because they weren't playing a lot leading up to this. They've been doing individual workouts, and now they're playing every other day. So, we're going to be cautious with that.
Coach, let me ask you this. How important is this offseason the fact that you have 4 rookies, 4 talented rookies led by Jalen Green? How important it is for this summer and their development for these guys to get acclimated? And then I want to ask you this. In your heart of hearts, do you feel very good that Jalen Green played in the G League and the way he played? Does that give you a good feeling because he's already been playing against pros?
Yeah, so the answer to your first question is very important to have the structure put together for those guys to be successful, really making sure that they have a good place to live and they're close to the arena and everything is in place for them to be successful and for them to get to know me and me to get to know them on a basketball level as well as a personal level. This is a partnership between us and me and those guys. So that's important. And then, for Jalen to play for B. Shaw and be in the G League bubble and, have vets on his team to help him through was super important. And you see it in his game. You see the confidence that he has. You see the poise that he has. But also, like in walkthroughs and practices and all those sorts of things, he's seen it before. So, he has a leg up on a lot of rookies in the league.
Coach, I want to ask you, for you personally, what's your level of excitement to coach these young, talented core guys? The fact that people forget, you still have John Wall, you have Christian Wood, you got some talent now to work with. How excited you are, and what's going to be your mentality? Because even though these guys are talented, they're going to have the nights and they're going to look like rookies.
Yeah, for sure. I'm super excited. To have these 4 19-year-olds come in, and like you said, we have John Wall, we have Christian Wood, we have Eric Gordon, we have Daniel House. So that'll be a nice mix of young and older and vets and guys who can help these young guys along. But I love the talent that these kids are showing. I love the attitude that they have so far. It's going to be up to me to kind of mesh it all together and make it work. But I'm super excited.
How different is it for you that you came into a job a year ago with James Harden and championship aspirations, and now clearly you can be competitive, but it's a different vibe, I imagine.
Yeah, it was a crazy year. I got the job in November, and it looked like we were going to have James and Russ, and it was going to be, looking towards the championship, and things shifted and changed, and I had to shift and change. And we had 30 guys on our roster this year, an NBA record. So it was a year of adapting, changing, making sure everybody's kind of pushing in the same direction. Now, with these young guys and then the guys that we had from last year, I think everybody has a good feel for where we're going, what we want to do, and how we can be successful.
Did you ever need to use those "hello, my name is" names?
For sure. It's like, turn around, what's your number? What's your name and number? Go in the game. We only have 8 guys tonight.
Coach, you've been playing Jalen thus far in the summer league at that point guard position. We know he's a natural scorer that's kind of converted to that position. Where do you see him playing with John Wall? And are we going to see him at that lead guard position sometime next year?
Probably sometime, but don't forget we have Kevin Porter Jr.
Yeah.
Who's really good and really talented. So we have John, we have Kevin Porter Jr. They can handle the ball. Jalen can play off the ball some. Then we have Eric Gordon as well, who can kind of play both. So the way I like to play is to have multiple guys who can attack off the dribble, or you can pass ahead to a guy and let him attack. So the more ball handlers, the more attackers, the better for me.
Well, Jalen Green's gotten a heck of a lot of attention here in Vegas, and we understand why. But the guy that's receiving, I think, the most buzz is the second guy get picked out, Shengun. And Coach, what we've seen from him just here in 2.5 quarters is a guy who does a little bit of everything. Did you realize how much he brings to the table?
I did not. I watched film on him, and Rafael Stone did a great job with our draft and drafted a bunch of guys who can step in and play. And, Alpi was MVP of the Turkish League last year. He was playing against grown men at 18 years old. So he's a pleasant surprise for me. He's not surprised at all about how he's playing. He's a confident kid, but I'm excited to have him. And like you were saying earlier, to have an inside presence is always good for a team that's growing.
How amazing is it that he's gotten off to this start, just getting off playing essentially from Turkey, and he doesn't speak the language. I know you brought in one of your assistants who can speak Turkish, but how difficult has been the communication process, yet it seemed that it's been seamless for him on the court?
Yeah, I mean, he's super confident. It's funny because when I was in Dallas, I coached Luka, and he had that same, he'd already been playing against grown men. So for the same thing for Alfie, he's already been playing against grown men. He knows that he's been a professional. He knows kind of what it's all about. So he's not bright-eyed about what's going on in this situation. Obviously, it's just summer league, but he has a seriousness about him. He has a attitude that he can be really good, and I love it. I love it about him.
Coach, in your conversations with these young guys, what is going to be the number one thing that you will try to impress upon them, being in their first year in the NBA in a new city, with all the trappings, the good things that come with it, but also the trappings? What type of conversations are you going to have with these young guys?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to it. There's the communication part and making sure that we're always on the same page where they're coming into my office and we're talking, like you're saying, not just about basketball, but about life. I mean, we have 19-year-olds, and I started my NBA career 21 years ago.
So you know the track.
Yeah. So I know all of that. But in order for this partnership to work, there has to be that communication between myself and the players. And then, routine is huge for especially for a young kid, but even, older guys. If you have the right routine, if you have a set way of doing things as far as getting your work in, as far as taking care of your body, as far as playing well, or if you're not in the playing group, making sure that you're taking care of everything that you can to be successful, then they'll be successful. But it's going to take a group effort. It's going to take all of my staff. It's going to take the performance team. It's going to take management. And we all have to come together and make sure that this is a good situation for those young kids. Because, like I said, they're 19. And like there are a lot of trappings. We got to make sure we have the structure in place that'll be good for everybody.
Trappings in the NBA?
Is that a new word?
Well, Coach, we can't thank you enough.
Thank you again, Coach. I'm so excited. It's going to be fun when we have those 10:30 games on the West Coast.
Yes, sir.
We got some fun basketball to watch with these Raptors team.
For sure. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
There's Stephen Silas, the head coach of the Houston Rockets, watching his squad right now down 20 in the third.